The big double D's, guys. No, I'm only joking. Debt and depression and hating your 9 to 5 job. That's exactly where I was 3 years ago now. I was in massive debt, hugely in depression, broken. I was at the doctors, I was on tablets, I was in a 9 to 5 job, absolutely hated it. Are you in a 9 to 5 job? Are you absolutely hating your 9 to 5 job? Have you no time freedom, no money freedom? Have you not got money to spend? Exactly where I was. Depression, double D's. In this video, I'm going to tell you some of my story. I'm going to tell you where I was, how I got through it, and how I got to success now. Let's go right back to the beginning then. When I was a child, primary school, I was a little shit. I was naughty in primary school, I was in detention, I didn't want to do homework, I was a little shit. The last 2 years actually of primary school, I got myself together. My stepdad, my mum, was really good, pushed me to get my shit together, taught me to push myself. I was a completely different person. In high school, I actually focused. I was the complete opposite to primary school. I was good in high school and tried to push myself to get the best grades possible. You can see where I'm going with this. Standard way of living, the old school mindset. You go to school, good grades, leave university, college, degree, job, get a good salary, work your way up, get married, you have kids, and you die. The old school mindset, and that's obviously what I was being taught. No fault of my parents, in a roundabout way. That's how they was brought up. That's what they knew. And they didn't know the life of entrepreneurship and social media and growing big businesses and growing online businesses and doing TikTok businesses and all this jazz. They didn't know that at that time. So I was being taught the old school mindset. Yes, to a certain degree, there's nothing wrong with that because we need people in jobs, we need people to be like doctors, nurses, etc. So that has its place in society. I left high school, went to college to do A-levels, absolutely hated it. I was never a person who liked to sit down and write and all that shit. I was a practical person, I wanted to be hands-on, I wanted to be doing something. Did 1 year and came out of college. First job at 17 was McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's. I was under them the mindset, the concept again of work your way up. Get a good salary, you've got a job for life. That's what obviously was being instilled in me, again from parents. This is where now the 9 to 5 life starts, and it's like that probably for most of you guys. Along this journey, as I said, I fell into debt and fell into depression massively. I went 9 to 5 job to 9 to 5 job to 9 to 5 job. All your standard stuff, McDonald's, warehouses, night shifts. I never wanted then to have a 9 to 5 job. I was sick of them, sick of having a boss, sick of not having my own time, sick of not being able to do what I want, when I want. I hated having a boss. For me, I needed a way out. One day, don't ask me why, scrolling through Facebook, discovered a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Amazing book, it will open your eyes. I ordered that book, boom, mindset instantly changed. Knew my way out then, discovered property. Now at the time, I was in a relationship. We took some property training, spent just under 27 grand. I was the one who took the loan out in my own name. Partner, she didn't have the loan, I had the loan. This is where the debt came. This is where it started. The relationship shortly after ended because she wasn't invested in business, she wasn't in this business mindset. That's what had a part played in the relationship ending. There was other things, that's what helped end the relationship, and I was left with the debt. I needed to make something work now. I had this huge debt. It got worse. 2 years I tried to implement this property training. Could not get it to work at all. And I've got this massive debt hanging over me. Things got even worse from there. I got in another relationship and oh my god, that relationship was toxic. If you'd have asked people around me, could this happen, what was going to happen next to me, they'd have laughed at you. They'd have said, not a chance. And this is where the second D came. depression. Now I've got double these. Debt, depression. I was being manipulated, I was being controlled, and I didn't know what was happening. I'm in such a bad place. That relationship ended, I got cheated on, didn't know it could ever happen to me. I was going to work, having panic attacks. Luckily for me, I worked at the local hospital at the time, so I was near accident emergency. Because for any of you that don't know, who have never had a panic attack before, I thought I was having a heart attack. Don't wish them on anybody. Thought I was dying. I was in the toilet at work. It hit me hard. Gasping for breath. I couldn't breathe. My heart was racing. I was dripping with sweat. Absolutely dripping with sweat. Thought I was having a heart attack. It wasn't a heart attack. It was a panic attack. And that was because of the depression from that relationship. The relationship had ended at this point, and this is what it was causing. Not only did I have the debt hanging over my head, I now had this depression, along with the panic attacks, along with hating my 9-to-5 job, still wanted to make property work, still wanted to be my own boss. After 2 months of going through that depression, in on pills from the doctors, I got my shit together. I had a one-to-one property mentor. That's where the success started. That is the changing point in my life. You know what got me through the debt and depression? The double D's? Never ever give up. One thing I can tell you, no matter what happens, no matter how bad things get, no matter how bad life gets, never ever ever give up. Started with a one-to-one property mentor, kicked off the rent-to-rent business. In 2 years, I'd done 250k in the second year. My life is completely changed now. I no longer have my 9-to-5 jobs, my own boss, I've got my own time freedom, I can do what I want when I want, I've got more money than the job, still continuing to try and grow an empire. Way more than happier than I ever was. I got rid of the double D's, become successful. That's my story, guys. Subscribe to the channel, it massively helps me out. And if you guys have got any questions surrounding my story, feel free to obviously drop them in the comments below. Or if you want to reach out to me on social media and like privately message me, feel free to do that. I'm happy to have a chat with anyone, happy to help in any way I can. But other than that, guys, keep smashing it. Have a great day.